What's up guys, welcome back. Today I'll be catering to my seafood lovers and my pasta lovers because I'll be showing you how to make this delicious recipe for seafood stuffed shells. We're stuffing these bad boys with lump crab meat, shrimp, plenty of veggies, and I'm making a fantastic homemade pink sauce that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. Today we're going with some jumbo lump crab meat. A little expensive and it's optional. You can go with a cheaper version of it. You can go claw or special, whatever you find at the store that's on sale will work. We have some shrimp. Obviously we need our jumbo pasta shells. We've got onions, garlic, bell pepper, red and green. You can use whatever color you like. We've got spinach, tomato paste, sun-dried tomatoes, lobster base, butter, and for our cheese, we're going with parmesan and mozzarella.
And this episode is sponsored by Every Plate. If you're looking to cut down on food expenses, you can get more bang for your bite with America's Best Value Meal Kit. Every Plate is 25% cheaper than grocery shopping, so you can count on great value week after week. Plus, only pay for what you need with pre-portioned ingredients. Choose Every Plate over takeout to save money while still enjoying quick, satisfying meals. Their meals are 58% cheaper than the average fast casual meal out there, and you can put aside all that money you're saving on food costs and put it towards something fun for the springtime. And what I like most about Every Plate is you can customize all the meals to your liking with options to swap out proteins and sides or add a protein to veggie dishes each week. You do you. Most importantly, this subscription saves me tons of time and money, and I couldn't be more convinced now that you can get deliciousness at a much lower price. So get started today with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com and entering the code MAKEITHAPPEN149. You heard that right, $1.49 per meal, so go to everyplate.com and enter the code MAKEITHAPPEN149. That's up to $110 value.
All right, my friends, we've got some beautiful large shrimp here that have been peeled, cleaned, and deveined. A little bit too large for our shells, so I'm gonna cut these into thirds. Just kind of squeeze them together like that. Make one cut, you got 3 equal pieces. So we're gonna do that with each of our shrimp. That way we have nice bite-sized pieces that'll fit into the pasta shells. If you got smaller shrimp, then this step is optional. But if you got large shrimp like me, go ahead and cut them down to size. You want them to kind of equal the size of your lump crab roughly, so kind of think about it like that. That's about, equal in size there. So we're just going to repeat that process for all of our shrimp. Make sure they're peeled, clean, defrosted, deveined, all that good stuff. All right guys, keeping it real simple today on the shrimp, a little avocado or olive oil just to coat them. Then we're going down with my AP seasoning. Feel free to use whatever your favorite all-purpose is or whatever your favorite seafood seasoning is. Little Tony's or whatever you got's cool. Old Bay will get the job done. But instead of Old Bay, I got my Lemon Bae here. Like a blend of lemon pepper with some Cajun flavors. One of my favorites for seafood and poultry. So we're going down with that. And I gotta show a little love to my girl Kimmy's Creations. Her garlic, butter, and herb seasoning is phenomenal and it pairs well with shrimp and seafood and chicken and all that good stuff as well. So those are the 3 seasonings we're using. Feel free to use whatever you want, guys. Keep it simple: salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, whatever you got. Those sort of things will work nicely today. All right, guys, so while our pasta is boiling and getting nice and al dente, we got a skillet heated over medium-high heat. To that, we're gonna add in our shrimp that we cut into thirds, nice little bite-sized pieces, seasoned to perfection. We're gonna cook the shrimp, steal some of its flavor, remove the shrimp, add the veggies. Then we'll toss everything together with a little cheese, and that's gonna be our filling for our pasta shells. So as you can see, the shrimp's cooking beautifully. We're gonna decrease the heat just a little bit now that we got some color developing. And we're just gonna toss it around, guys. Or you can use your spatula if you don't have the wrist game. A little butter wouldn't hurt here, but I'm cutting y'all some slack today. Once your shrimp is nice and cooked, we're gonna go ahead and remove that with a slotted spoon. Tons of flavor developing here in the bottom of this skillet. That's gonna help flavor the rest of our dish as well. So don't rinse out the skillet. All right, so once we remove the shrimp, we're going in with the veggies. We got onions, bell pepper, red and green. We got some spinach for health. We're gonna cook that down. Then we'll add in our garlic towards the end. That way we'll make sure that the garlic doesn't burn. I also have some delicious sun-dried tomatoes. You guys have been watching me lately, you know that I'm on a sun-dried tomato kick, so please excuse me, but they're delicious. And we're gonna mix this with our seafood, a little bit of cheese. That's gonna be the filling today. No need for any ricotta or anything like that. Keeping it real simple on the seasoning, guys. Just a little all-purpose or some salt and pepper. We got garlic going in there. We got plenty of flavor coming to the party here in a minute too. So go ahead and season this up with whatever you like. At the bare minimum, you need some salt and pepper in there. Maybe some onion powder, some garlic to wake everything up, tie everything together. All right, now that everything's got a head start, we're going in with a healthy dose of garlic. Good 3 cloves, maybe even 4 if you're feeling frisky. Definitely want to use a little mouthwash if it's a date night after you eat all that garlic. That's a pro tip for you guys. Go ahead and mix that in, give it a toss. Then we're gonna add back in that shrimp from earlier. A little hint of butter, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Some jumbo lump crab, because it's tax season. Got some beautiful colors developing there, guys. Tons of flavor. Now at this point, we're gonna kill the heat, remove that, place that in a bowl, let it cool a little bit, add some cheese. We're going with mozzarella and parmesan, tie all that together. That's gonna be the filling going in our shells that just finished as well. So we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce now. All right, guys, it's time to get saucy. In a skillet over medium heat, we're gonna melt 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. As you guys know, butter makes everything better. You're probably tired of hearing me say that by now. To that melted butter, we're going in with 1 large diced shallot or some onion. Shallot just makes you feel more like a chef. So we're gonna melt that butter, start to cook that shallot. Then we're gonna add in some garlic. Get this party started. That's the foundation for all things delicious. Garlic, butter, and shallot. And then surprise, surprise, we're gonna add a little roasted garlic as well. That's gonna amplify the flavor, get things nice and sweet and delicious. Use the back of your spatula to kind of mash it so it'll work its way into the sauce nicely. Now for our first way to kick the flavor up a notch, we're going down with that lobster base better than bouillon. This is optional, but it's gonna add some nice seafood flavor as an additional flavor element, about a teaspoon or so of that. Don't get too crazy though, because it does have quite a bit of salt in there. We're just gonna work that in. And then we're going down with a tablespoon or 2 of tomato paste, depending on how much is left in this tube. We're gonna work that in also. As you can see, we got a little bit of fond developing. We're gonna deglaze that, my friends, with, you guessed it, a ½ cup of dry white wine. Optional, guys, you use seafood stock here if you want, but you know us. Cheers. Increase the heat to high and bring that to a rapid boil to cook off the alcohol. And then we're gonna add in our heavy cream, our cheese, and season to taste. All right, so after a minute or so, once that wine has a chance to cook off, all the alcohol cooks out, leaving behind that delicious flavor, which brings a little acidity to the mix. We're gonna go ahead and add in about a cup of heavy cream. Let's go ahead and stir that in. Start to get that nice pinkish color going. Now we wanna season that up. I'm going with the same seasoning as before. The Lemon Bae, the garlic, butter, and herbs, and the AP. Don't need to go too crazy, guys, because remember that better than bouillon packs a little sodium punch. as does the Parmesan cheese that we're adding right now. Quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. We're just gonna stir in that Parmesan until things start to thicken up. Then taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. All right, guys, so as you can see, we have a beautiful seafood vegetable concoction going here. We're gonna add some mozzarella cheese to the mixture. I'm just gonna get in there with a gloved hand so you guys don't talk any trash to me in the comments. Little mozzarella cheese, little Parmesan. We're gonna mix that together. And then this is gonna be our filling for our shells. Nice and cheesy and delicious. Tons of crab in there, plenty of shrimp. Got the veggies for health. All is right in the world. All right, guys, we're going down with a very light layer of that sauce at the bottom. We don't want to drown the pasta shells, just a little nest to lay in, so to speak. The oven's preheated to 400 degrees. The pasta is cooked per package instructions. I like to cook it probably 2 or 3 minutes less since it's going in the oven. Grab yourself a shell, like so. Grab yourself some filling. It's nice and cheesy. Already looks good. I'll eat it just like this. Go ahead and stuff that in there. Try to fit as much deliciousness in there as you can. Nobody wants a skimp shell. About like so. Then we're gonna nestle that on in there. And just repeat that process until you fill your casserole dish. There we go, one row down. And just repeat that process until we're good to go, nice and full. We're gonna top it with a little bit of sauce, a little bit of cheese, pop her into the oven until it's golden brown and beautiful. Then I'll show you guys how to plate this up. All right, guys, so now that we've got our shells all nestled in there, I'm going down with some grated Parmesan cheese. Then we're gonna hit it with a little sauce and a little mozzarella. And that's going in the oven. All right, don't get crazy with the sauce here, guys. We don't want it to be too wet, I guess would be the way to describe it. Plus, we're gonna plate it up with plenty sauce too. So just a little sprinkle of sauce on each one. Just a little drizzle. Then we're going down with that mozzarella. Again, don't get too crazy here. You still wanna kind of see what you got going on underneath. And that is going in the oven. 400 degrees, about 15 minutes. All right, guys, so for plating, we're gonna take some of that beautiful sauce that we have, go right in the middle of the plate. We're gonna go down with a 4-shell plate here. And then to get extra frisky, we're gonna add some lump crab right on in the center, just to show off a little bit. I mean, hey, you paid for it, you might as well give it the look, right? Last but not least, we're gonna rain down a little fresh grated Parmesan cheese. And then garnish with some fresh chopped parsley. And that, my friends, is seafood stuffed shells. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is get in here for a taste test, but before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, my friends, I found my knife and my fork, and now it's time for the moment of truth. Oh man, it's a cheesy deliciousness going on right here. A little sauce. I'll show you guys the interior. There we go. I'm gonna show you how to make this delicious seafood stuffed. Do I want to call it pasta shells or just shells?